So I'm going to do a bit of rolling with our head. No place on it. So you can your head to the side. Back. Bring your head down. Slide. Down, back, rolling around, down, side, back, side, down and head. Again. And then back onto your heels. Can you hear me now? No. Oh, you can. Okay, I'm just going to do a test. I'm going to go over here. Can you hear me over here? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, that's the right one. I realised we switched mic in a meeting yesterday. Okay, so let's come back to here. Can you hear me over? So if I stop the share of the sound, can you hear me now? Okay, so we'll work without music, I think, today. All right, so let's open the feet. And we're going to side lean and come back up. Let's do that the other side. So we'll side lean and come back up. And do it again, let your head drop. Great, and really reach into your arm, reach your fingers. Get a nice stretch down the side of the body. And one more each way. So final one. Stand on one leg and get your knee up and try to sort of pull up through your hips as you sweep in and out. Testing balance a little bit. You get a good bit of movement going on with the knee turning in and then coming out. Can you go bigger? Welcome the wobble. And release. Well done. Let's do that the other side. The knee up. Again, pull up through your hips. Going in and out. In and out. And you go, make the movement bigger. Bigger sweep. And last couple. Alrighty, let's release and go quite wide with the feet now. So we've got some turn out through the toes. We're going to bend the knee and push the bottom back. And then from here, can you turn, rotate your shoulder and look behind you. And then release. We're going to bend both knees as we transition through the middle. And then drop the shoulder and look behind. Breathe. Bend both knees. Transition and drop the shoulder. And bend the knees. Transition and drop the shoulder. Alrighty, and then moving into the middle, just bringing the feet in a little bit, still with the knees turned out, 2, 3, and back up. As you're doing your plie, try to tuck your bottom under so that your upper body is quite upright. We're going to bend the arms into like a strong arm position, and then release, and do it again. So shows the muscles, and release. Breathe in, breathe out. Now to really clench your fist quite firmly, and then soften and let it go. So again, clench and tense the muscle, and then relax on the way down. So that you're being quite clear on that kind of grip feeling, but then softening and easing it off. 2 more. Grip. Release. Final one. Grip. And release. Okay. Then you bring your feet in, about hip width. Go wide with your arms, palm up. Can you stay on your tiptoes? You turn, look behind, and move to the center. As you come down from the tiptoes, palms together at the top. Open out. Look behind. Move to the middle. As you come down from the tiptoes, palms together. Open out. Let's do that again. Turn. Move to the middle. Palms together. And open. Turn. Move to the middle. And we're just going to do that one more time each way. How steady can you be in your ankles? You get them still. Imagine you're squeezing a little football between them. Palms together at the top. I'm going to soften the knees and take a dive down to touch our toes. Hang loose. And then uncurl, drawing the belly button muscle in. Bringing the arms together at the top. And then opening out to touch the toes. I'm going to hang loose. And then from there, I'd like you to walk forwards. And find the downward dog. So you lift the tailbone up in the air. Press your heels downwards and then walk the hands in to touch the toes. And draw the belly button muscle in as we uncurl, like we're rolling the spine up a wall. Palms together at the top. Tiptoe balance. And then rolling down. Walking the hands, flattening them. Finding the downward dog. Breathe. All the calf muscles today as you press your heels down. I'm going to walk our hands back towards our feet. Soft knees. Pull the belly button muscle in. And coming back up. And hold the balance and look up to the ceiling to test your balance. Arms back by your ears. And then opening your arms. Tuck your head in so your nose says hello to your knees. Hello, knees. And then walking the hands through. But this time we're going to bring our knees to the floor. And then allow our chest to lead the way. And we're in a press position. Let's add in a cobra. So if you can squeeze your bottom. Just check in on how your back is on this first one as you lean back, look up to the ceiling, and then lower your body back down. So from here, we're going to find our way back to our downward dog. So lifting up into the downward dog and pressing down with the heels. Walking the hands in, touching the toes. Move your body weight back to your heels to unfold. Come back up to standing. Let's do that again. Tiptoes. You get your arms back by your ears, eye gaze up. And then coming back down and through. Tucking the head in. Walking forwards with your hands. And letting your chest lead you down to the ground. Inhaling and lifting. Exhaling and lowering. I keep getting a little squirrel pop up at the cabin door. It's really sweet. I saw a little mouse as well yesterday, carrying an acorn. And I also keep seeing our local fox on the prowl. Sometimes on the top of someone's car or Bath Road. It's quite comical. All right, let's do that one more time. So tiptoe at the top, arms back by the ears, eye gaze up to test our balance, and then folding down and through, head in, walk the hands, and allow your chest to lead the way. Breathing in as you push the ground away, squeeze through the buttock muscles, and then lowering back down, lifting, finding the downward dog, and then from here we're going to take a walk with our feet through our hands. Let's come down onto our back. Okay, so if we slide the fingertips into the curve of the back, apply a bit of pressure on your hands as you bring one knee up, and then the other leg. You keep that good pressure there. If you can, level 2, we alternate in a scissor. So tap the heel on the floor, tap the heel down. More advanced level, if you've got really good pressure, then we go into straight leg version. And you do it with your shoulders pressed back. Your chest is open. Breathe. Last couple. Alrighty, and then from here, if you can bring your knees up to your chest. Let's keep our right knee hugged in. With the opposite hand, we're going to bring the knee down towards the floor. Press down with the hand on the knee. Opposite hand to your knee. That's it. And let your head look behind, pressing down into your back shoulder. Breathe. Alrighty, so if we could give that stretch a go on the other side. Nice stretch for ironing out the back muscles. So use the hand to press the knee down, trail the arm behind, press the shoulder down, breathing deeply. Alrighty, so now we move to the centre. We're going to use this leg to rock ourselves up to seated. Now, if you find it tricky to get yourself up and down off the floor, then use a band under your feet. Okay, here, if it's doable to do it like this, then level 2, work from here. The third level, we'll do it with the arms back by the ears. Whichever version you're doing, I'd like you to aim for a fluid movement. So often there's a point where you kind of have to go and push a bit more. See if you can do that in a more controlled way. You might get the shakes a little bit. But try and go with that, like there, I'm getting the shakes. eye gaze up on the way down towards the ceiling. Helps to align the head. Exhaling, lifting. Inhaling, lowering. And do 2 more. Final one. And let's release. Okay, has everyone got a foam roller there? Can you grab your roller? So if you can pop your roll halfway down your back, here, and then hands here, just at the back of the head. I'm going to breathe in as we drop back, hanging loose. Oh, bit of sunshine in this video. And then we will exhale as we come back up. So let's do that again. Inhaling, dropping back, getting a bit of sunshine, and then coming back up. Let's do it again. Go a little bit further with each one. Let's do one more. So get a good old stretch around the thoracic parts of the back. Let's move another inch higher up. And try it from there. Two more here. Last one. Focus on your breath. And nudging a little bit higher up. Mobilizing more around the neck, chin to chest, and then allowing the head to hang back in the hands, cradling the head. Okay, so if you finish off your final one, we're then going to use our roller to do some core work. So if you can pop the roll here, down the middle of the mat, and if you can pop your hands so that the fingertips are down, but the arm is actually raised. So fingertips on the floor. And I want you to pull your belly button in so you feel your back imprint slightly into the roll. And you keep that imprint as we scissor again. So one leg comes up as the other leg comes down. We'll do that for level 2. First level is just a single leg. And you do straight legs, some more advanced, keeping the imprint. Now, you may find you're leaving nail marks in the floor. If that's you, then maybe stick with the version you're doing. If you can keep good balance, then being a bit lighter on your hands, maybe even going on to a single finger. Last couple. Final one. And relax off. And we're going to roll off the roll. Okay, good. Can you find a stick? If you want to use ankle weights, then weights on. Get a little bit tougher. So, straight legs. Feet at the front edge of the mat. Upper body towards the back edge. And you get some lift in your waistline, so in a side lying posture. And I want you to hover your top leg, so it's just a few inches off the ground. Notice if your top hip has wandered back, try to keep that hip forwards. And then we're going to bring our toe to our knee. So the knee's pointing outwards like this, and then straighten the leg back down. Okay, so keep the waistline lifted, hover the top leg, and you open the knee, so you point your toe towards your knee, extend the leg back down and lower. So this is our level 1 today on our side action. Next level, we'll add some reach through the top leg, but we'll also add some hover with our bottom leg. So we're going to lift both legs up. Keep the bottom leg off the ground as we bend the leg. Extend out. And then come down with both legs. We lift with both. Point the toes. And extend. Come back down. Obviously, using an ankle weight would be a more advanced version of this. Now, is the stick still attached to your head, your shoulders, your tailbone? Pressing your shoulders down as you do it. And do it twice more. Really reach through your toes, particularly on that bottom leg as well. So you're using your feet. Work on having good strong feet. Be a bit lost without them. Okay, so let's give that a go on the other side. So we want our head, shoulders, tailbone against the stick again. Down to Newport on the weekend. We entered Zach into his second triathlon. Very exciting in the Freeman family. All right, so let's lift the waist. So first level, top leg off the ground. What's that top hip doing? You'll get much more out of it if you can keep that top hip forward. So we hover for level one, point the toe to the knee, extend and come down. Level two, we hover both legs, fold, reach, and then bring both legs back down. Lifted in the waistline. Again, for more advanced, we'd add some weights in. So stick's still attached to your head, and your shoulders, and your tailbone. Can we do that twice more through? Final one. Breathe. And relax off. Okay, good job. So from here, let's get into a glute stretch. If you can keep me here on the back with your right leg over your left. Hands at the back of the left thigh. Put your hands around your left leg. The left leg, that's it. Use your hands to pull in and use your elbow to push out. Now notice how much of a stretch does that feel. If you pull the leg in, push out a bit more firmly with the elbow. Does that take it up a notch? Breathe. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And can you interlace your fingers at the front of the shin? So again, it takes the stretch up a notch further. Notice how is that feeling around the glute. You keep pressing your knee out. And then from here, you can either stay with the version you're doing or more advanced. We're going to place our top hand here on the top foot. And then on the bottom foot, we'll get hold of it like this. Tying ourselves up in a bit of a knot as we bring both feet to the floor. Doing that more advanced version, push your bottom knee down and push your top knee away. Breathing deeply. And just enjoying a bit of stretchy time. Let's give that a go on the other side. Left leg over the right. Get the hands again around the other leg. And as you place that leg on the top, can you feel for your ankle bone on top of the thigh? Use that as a bit of a marker. Sometimes that foot can go quite far over, and it's our body's way of compensating the stretch. So how firmly are we pulling it in? How well are we pushing the knee out? Breathe. Is the body central? Sometimes it can compensate by shifting off to one side. So just enjoying a bit of breathing space. Level 2, we interlace the fingers at the front of the shin, so you can pop the fingers there. And for those of you doing the more advanced version, let's bring our opposite hand here on the top foot, other hand coming around the back. That's it. And then we place the feet to the floor and push the top knee away. Creaky knees going on the side of the screen. Deep breath. Okay, so let's rest off. Would you like a drink? Have some water. And we're going to do some squats, either with a stick or weighted, you choose. So if you want to focus more on your posture, then I'd like you to do it with the stick behind you. Use the stick to monitor your alignment in your back. We'll do 3-second holds, lie down. Then we want to use some weights and find a weight that feels slightly challenging, but doable. So we're going to come down and hold, 2, 3, and then release. Let's do that again. As you come down, you push your knees towards your smaller toe side. And do it again. Pull your belly button muscle in as you come down. 2, 3, and release. 3, 2, 3, release. Do 2 more. Final one. We hold just a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax off. Give your legs a shake out there. Well done. Let's take a stretch for our thighs next, and our hips. So a couple of stretches. Start from standing, 1 foot forwards, and down into a basic lunge. So if you can, drop. Nice long stride between your feet, and you keep your knuckles in the curve of your lower back as you come down. And then straightening the front leg and dropping again. Hold, breathe. Let's do it again. So coming down, you straighten your back leg away without your back going into too much overarch. Coming back up. Let's do that one more time. And you could stay with this version a bit longer, or drop your back knee to the floor, let go of your toes at the back. Can you get hold of your foot behind? So you're bringing your heel towards your bottom. If it's too much, which is wobbly, you can always park your stick around this side for a bit of balance if needed. Breathe. Then let's relax off, and we'll come and give that a go on the other side. So get going on that side. I'm conscious the sun's come out a lot. Not necessarily a bad thing, but just to part the screen up. Give you a better light on screen. Get going with a lunge stretch on the other side. Down and holding. Yeah. And you straighten out through your back leg. Let's do that again. So front leg straightening, keeping the knuckles, lower back together as we hold. Now, does it look like in your screen where you can see yourself that your stick is sitting upright, or is it sitting forward on an angle? Checking on your posture as you come back up. And can you do that again? So again, you can either stay with this version or drop your back knee and hook your back foot, catching hold of that back foot, heel towards the bottom. Can you still stay upright against the stick? Or if you need to use a stick at your side, then hunting it down to give you extra balance. Okay, so good time for another drink. So let's keep ourselves hydrated. So let's move down onto our backs for more core. Okay. So I want you to bring your knees up to 90 degrees, and your arms out in front like this. I'm going to tap the opposite arm down to the toes. You tap, you get your thumb and your toe to coordinate so they tap simultaneously. You can either go with this version, or notice now my knees have moved slightly further forward, and then we're going to tap from here. Things in the print, in the lower back. Or third level, notice the legs are straighter, so more on a diagonal, and tapping from here. The important thing is not to let your back go into overarch. It is just bring it in a notch. Breathe. Into your toes. Final one. Okay, good. So resting off. Let's move over to our side again. And you park your elbow here underneath your shoulder. When we did our standing warm up today, we did strong arms or we clenched the fist. So I'd like you to do the same here. So you're going to clench the fist and lift up with the hip, and then relax the fist as you come down. So that clenching helps us to stabilize the shoulder. So tense through the arm and push the shoulder blade down. It'll help to fire up the stability muscles in the shoulder. And then release. Okay. So again, level one here, level two, we had some sweep over the top of the head with the arm, and then coming back down. So you spend a bit more time up there, following the hand with the eye gaze, and then coming back down. Third level, straight legs. The top leg is over the bottom one. So adding more length into the leg, longer lever gives us more load in the muscles. Exercise physics. Last couple, breathe, push your hips up, bring them down, so working down through the side of the torso. Final one, and resting off, and give it all a bit of a shake out. Okay, good. So let's move over to this side. So again, if you can clench, make sure that elbow is sitting under your shoulder and locking the shoulder down as you lift your hip, 2, 3, and then lower. Get that good lift from your waistline and stack your hips. Clenching the fist and then releasing. Adding sweep over the top with the arm and then coming back down. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's do it again. More advanced. If you want to, extending. If you've got cramp, give it a rub so it's eased off. So 2 more. Push the ground away with that bottom elbow. And final one. Alrighty, resting off and giving the arms a bit of a shake out. Okay, good. So if you feel you need a cushion, something to sit on to help you be more upright, we're going to go into our wide leg leans next. So feet open. We're going to point the toes. So we to point them outwards. Avoid your knees rolling in if you can. Concentrate on trying to keep them back. Really important that we work on hip opening, particularly in our later life. So keep working at that turnout, very preserving for our hips. So we're going to lean, 2, 3, and then come back up. And when we're in the lean, you should then flex your feet and really push quite firmly through your heels. For me, when I push really firmly through my heels, it actually really makes me pull my thigh muscles on. So notice when you point your toes, what happens in the legs, and what happens when you flex your feet really firmly. This one's getting easier. Maybe try a bit wider. In more advanced, we scoop the bottom arm away so that we can bring the head closer to our knee. We do 4 more, all the way down. We're going to come down and hold just where it feels a bit uncomfortable, just for a few seconds, only a few seconds. And that's where the magic happens. Just 3 seconds, 2, 1, and back up. 1 more each way. 3, 2, 1. And final one. 3, 2, 1, and rest off. Okay, and then just giving your legs a bit of a shake. We'll come up so we're more with the soles of the feet on the floor. And I still want you to press your knees back as you walk your hands forwards. Open your hands and bring your chest down. Breathe. And then walking your hands back in. And just give your legs a bit of a shake. Okay, so grab some more water. We're nearly there. I'd like you to find your foam roller again. So as requested, a bit of fried egg foam roller. So we're going to work around our glutes, our hips. So have a sit down. And I'd like you to lean off to your right with your hands, with your right leg here over the top. So if you could foam roll over your buttock from the lower back, over the glute, to the top of the leg. Exploring any knotty spots. Sometimes coming down onto your elbow on that side will take the pressure more into the outer part of the hip. And how is that feeling in there? And if you found a knotty spot, and maybe more of a circling, a pulsing action to dig a bit more firmly in there. And the foam roller is not quite hitting it, you can always use a tennis ball or quite a firm ball. I've got a little foam ball that I use. A friend once bought me some wooden fruit from an African trip, and there was a wooden mango in there. I used to use that actually, that was quite satisfying. I'll be in a charity shop somewhere now. Okay, let's give that a go on the other side. So left over right. I'd like to take the boys to Africa. We were talking about it the other day, dream holidays. So front to back. Where are the knotty tight spots? Elbow down if you want to go a bit more to the side of the hip. And the foot that's on the floor can also make a difference. Like if I bring this closer, it takes me into a bit more of a stretch as well. So circling, pulsing. Digging in a little more deeply. Sometimes that knotty spot may move around a little bit. So if we follow it with the roller, what we feel is needed. Alrighty, and then from here, we're going to foam roll our quads. So let's come down into the front like this. So you've got your roll just above your kneecaps, like that. So you're in a plank position on your elbows. And notice my feet are hovered off the floor. I'm sort of giving into gravity with the legs as I slowly apply pressure and work my way back in sort of ice pick hands. That's how you describe them. And then sort of ice picking forwards. A bit of ice climbing once. New Zealand. It's fun to do it again. Okay, so going back into your core active as you do it. And now I'm applying a bit of rock from one side to the other. So sort of stripping across the muscle at the same time as going up and down it. Now that can get a bit more intensive. Go with what feels probably uncomfortable, but bearable. Helps to roll out the muscles and the fascial tissue. Okay, so that's enough torture on the roller. Let's come down onto our backs. And I'd like you to just put one hand above your belly button and park the other one just below. So closing your eyes. Having a little moment with yourself to just appreciate what's good about your body right now. What are we thankful for? What do we feel grateful for? Taking a moment to appreciate the effort and energy that we've put into our practice today, sharing this time together and getting it done. Mobilize our joints, our stamina and strength and core. Influence our well-being. And as you contemplate this, I need to just perhaps choose one or two people in your life that are you having this practice regularly. How does it influence their lives? What's the bigger picture for them? Noticing the back of the head against the ground. Try to sink down. Open your teeth. And relax your jaw. Some shoulders. Feeling the contact of your shoulders and your lower back against the ground. Just visualizing any bits of tensions of emptying out of your body. You might visualize it a bit like water disappearing down through a shower plug, sort of spiraling off to be recycled somewhere. Down through your lower back, your pelvis, and your hips, legs into your lower limbs and your feet. Noticing sounds you can hear. Distant sounds. And if there's one thing that you'd like to take away from the session today, to just notice what that thing is that you'd like to take with you and carry on forward into the weekend. Noticing what that is. Deep breath. In your hands, fill up your air. Empty out. When you're ready, if you can open your eyes, I'm going to roll to our side. And if you'd like to have a drink, press your unmute. When you're ready, we'll just have a few minutes just to check in. How are we feeling? If you could hit your unmute.